My name is Gangesh Shukla. I'm a second year medical student. Can I know your name and age, please?
My name is Surendra Shukla. My age 26.
Okay. Today I'll be performing abdominal examination. Is that okay with you? Okay. What I'm gonna do is today I'll just roll up your shirt a little bit. You have any problem with that?
No.
Okay. While during the procedure, if you feel any uncomfortability, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
So can you please lie down? Ask the patient to lie in supine position and pillow under the head. Make sure the patient is relaxed. Both the hands should be at side or folded across the chest. Observe the general appearance of the patient. From the right side of the bed, inspect the surface, contours and movement of the abdomen. Also inspect the skin for temperature, color, scars, stray, dilated veins, rashes or ecchymosis. Also observe the eyes of the patient for jaundice. Warm the palms of your hands by rubbing on each other and also warm the diaphragm of your stethoscope. Place the diaphragm of your stethoscope gently on the abdomen. Listen for vowel sound and note their frequency and character. Normal sound consists of clicks and gurgles occurring at an estimated frequency 5 to 34 per minute. If the patient has hypertension, auscultate the epigastrium and in each upper quadrant for bruits. Auscultate for bruits over the aorta, the iliac arteries and the femoral arteries. Percussion helps to assess the amount and distribution of gas in the abdomen, viscera, and masses that are solid or fluid filled, and the size of liver and spleen. Percuss the abdomen lightly in all four quadrants to determine the distribution of tympani and dullness. Gently palpate in all four quadrants for the detection of abdominal tenderness, muscular resistance, and some superficial organ and masses, and at the same time observe the patient face for any reaction. To percuss the span of the liver, first locate the midclavicular line starting at a level well below the umbilicus in the right lower quadrant. Percuss the upward toward the liver. Starting at the nipple line, percuss downward in the midclavicular line until lung resonance shift to liver dullness. By placing the left hand behind the patient parallel to and supporting the right 11th and 12th rib, remind the patient to relax on your hand. By pressing your left hand upward, the patient's liver may be felt more easily by your examining hand. Place the hand on the patient's right abdomen lateral to the rectus muscle with the fingertip well below the lower border of liver dullness. Ask the patient to take a deep breath. Try to feel the liver edge as it slides down to meet the fingertips. Place both hands side by side on the right abdomen below the border of liver dullness. Press in with your finger and up toward the costal margin. Ask the patient to take a deep breath. The liver edge is palpable with the finger pad of both hands. The hooking technique may be helpful especially when the patient is obese. Puckers the lower left anterior chest wall roughly and the border of cardiac dullness at the sixth rib to the anterior axillary line and down to the costal margin, an area termed Trobi space. Note the lateral extent of tympani. If percussion dullness is present, palpation correctly detect splenomegaly. With the left hand, reach over and around the patient to support and press forward the lower left rib cage and adjacent soft tissue. With the right hand below the left costal margin, press in toward the spleen. Begin palpation low enough so that you can detect an enlarged spleen. If your hand is too close to the costal margin, you will not be able to reach up under the rib cage. Ask the patient to take a deep breath. Try to feel the tip or edge of the spleen as it comes down to meet your fingertips. Repeat with the patient lying on the right side with legs somewhat flexed at the hip and knees. In this position, gravity may bring the spleen forward and to the right into a palpable location. On the patient's right side, place your left hand behind the patient just below the parallel to the 12th rib with your fingertip just reaching the CVA. Lift, try to displace the kidney anteriorly. Place your right hand gently in the right upper quadrant, lateral and parallel to the rectus muscle. Ask the patient to take a deep breath. At the peak of inspiration, press your right hand firmly and deeply in the right upper quadrant just below the costal margin. Slowly release the pressure of your right hand, feeling at the same time for the kidney to slide back into the expiratory position. Placing the ball of one hand in the costovertebral angle and strike it with the ulnar surface of your other fist. Press firmly in the deep epigastrium, slightly to the left of the midline, and identify the aorta pulsation. Assess the width of the aorta by pressing deeply in the upper abdomen with one hand on each side of the aorta. A normal aorta is not more than 3 cm. Focus for dullness outward in several directions from the central area of tympani. Map the border between tympani and dullness. Ascites reflects the increased hydrostatic pressure in cirrhosis. Ask the patient to roll onto one side, focus and mark the borders again. In a patient without ascites, the border between tympani and dullness usually stays relatively constant. While tapping one flank sharply with the fingertip, feel on the opposite flank for an impulse transmitted through the fluid. An easily palpable impulse suggests ascites. Okay, so now we are done with the abdominal examination, and thank you for your cooperation.